Hello fight fans and welcome to another edition of Hands for Hire. I've got with me the head honcho Daz Moffey and the infamous Craig Wood, but we'll get to Craig in a minute, my friends. But first of all, Daz, thank you so much for joining us again, man, brother.
Finally, mate.
I appreciate it. Craig, thank you, man. It's really cool, brother. Thank you. So, Daz, for those that aren't aware, which there won't be many of them, can you just give us a rundown, a summary of what your role is with QFC and with managing the journeymen?
PIMP. Yeah, that's it. I pimp fighters out. Yeah, I've got a stable of about 30 or 40 fighters. Say fighters lightly, for example. But yeah, so week in, week out, I've got fighters out fighting on different shows all over the UK and beyond. And that's really what Hands Fry is. Built into a little business and it's going pretty well, to be honest.
And it started off because of all this lockdown stuff, didn't it?
Well, I was doing it beforehand, but the QFC started because of lockdown and it introduced a lot more people. A lot more people got to know about it. So then after lockdown, then I've acquired a lot more people.
Really, you've got a stable now. Now listen, we've had to have this emergency podcast.
Yeah.
Because on socials it's blown. Now, Craig had a fight recently. Now that fight has been on socials. It's been on Lad Bible, Sport Bible, Daily Sport, Daily Mirror. I don't know what else. It's been people like Brendan Loughnane, Artem Lobov, Harry Williams. So many people have commented on that fight. So can you tell us a little bit about how that fight came about?
Right, so that fight, I don't even know how that fight came about, to be honest, right? So I've looked back on messages. Basically, you sent in that picture, didn't you? The picture that's been going about, he sent me over a couple of weeks back, or just throughout Christmas. So I've gone on, I've put it on because it's fucking ridiculous what it looks like, so I thought it was funny. So I put it up on my Facebook as a funny little picture. Someone's obviously seen it, took it to heart, and it's escalating into a fucking viral thing about mismatching and the disgrace that I'm causing to MMA and stuff like that. So.
And how long has Craig been on the scene with yourself under your stable?
Well, you do that. How did you? I don't even know. I think Jordan employed him.
I came about end of August, and I seen a status that one of my mates shared on Facebook. So when I went to message my mate about it, he told me to message him, which was Jordan Wheater. I messaged him and I managed to get my fair show, which were Cage Steel.
I'm more important than Jordan Wheater, by the way. Even though people message him first, yeah, that's not how it should be.
But yeah, Cage Steel, quite a big event. First one I went to, pretty scary. About 2,000 people there. So
Cage Steel was the first one you did, yeah?
Yeah.
And what discipline was it? Was it MMA? Was it boxing? What was it?
MMA.
Right.
And this December, that guy's just gone for a title fight. So
right.
I realised, it probably went soft on me.
So when you went for that fight, brother, what was your MMA experience?
I did training as a kid, but I stopped it, so I'm quite untrained, to be honest.
Right. And when you say you did training, brother, what sort of training was it?
It was just more self-defence in the martial arts form, because I was quite a small kid. I needed that defence.
Okay, what are you putting that coffee? Sure, give me an I'll eat another.
So as far as a traditional MMA gym where they cover the boxing, kickboxing, the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, did you go to that, or was it more kind of like a one discipline gym that you went to?
I think we're more one discipline. They were more like...
What discipline was it, Greg?
Well, just MMA. MMA, yeah.
Joking. Joking, eh?
Did you want some water?
Well, no, go on, carry on. What discipline did you fucking
When you say
just MMA, that's all I had to think. It was never just a basic one.
So when you say MMA, in your mind, what is MMA?
Well, MMA is the different forms of martial arts. Like, you've got your jiu-jitsu, you've got your taekwondo, certain different stuff like that. Now, I just went to it and hoped to best, to be honest. Hoped to learn how to defend myself.
How long did you train for?
About 4 years.
Did you?
Yeah, I was 11.
Where are you for?
Yeah, what? I was 11.
What gym?
It was before Danny Turton got the Team ACOG. When he started in Cliff Street car park, and that's where I trained as a kid with one of my best mates.
Right.
And then he like went into care, so I've decided I didn't want to do it without him.
Okay. So you were quite young, and then did you stop it many years ago?
Yeah, I stopped it.
Right.
So.
And then after that, after the cage steel, did you have another fight or?
Yeah, I went down London. I can't remember the name of event of that one.
Right.
But,
The one in Kent?
I think so, yeah.
And how did you do on the first one at cage steel?
Ground and pound at 1 minute 33. It's probably,
What, you got him or he got
no,
you?
he got me.
Right, okay.
I think it was still one of the best performances. Longest it's lasted, yeah.
Right, okay. And the second one, how did you do on that one?
Not well at all. No, I stepped in a boxing ring not knowing boxing.
Or was that a boxing match?
A boxing ring.
Right, okay.
And that guy had a lot of weight on me as well. But
Right, okay.
it was, I didn't actually go down with a hit, I was just stood there and ref ended up stopping that.
And then this last fight, what did you know about this guy that you fought?
I didn't know nothing. It was literally about 3 hours after the London one. I fell asleep, woke up, got in the shower and that, and I had driver waiting outside for me, so I went all the way up to Glasgow.
So you fought the day before?
The day before.
Right. And then you went to London. So who told you about it? Was it Jordan? Was it Daz? Who told you?
I don't know what it is about.
Um,
What you put in that, I swear fucking gone, mate. Anyway, sorry, I apologise for this. Anyway, fuck Jesus, go on.
I think it was Jordan that told me about it,
Right.
but he said Darren set it up.
Right.
Listen, I refuse to fucking accept this, right? Because even though I would have said something like this up, and I wouldn't have denied the man to do that fight, because everyone knows that I put fucking whatever in with anyone. I don't care. You're not hurt, are you?
No.
Didn't get hurt, did you?
No.
There, that's my disclaimer. Anyway, I didn't. I had to look up a day on the messages of the promoter, and he was like, "Yeah, the weight has been agreed." I think what it was is somebody pulled out on the day, so I just put Craig in with him. There was a bit of a difference. Oh yeah.
You put Connor Knight in, and
It's sparkling, bro.
and he decided didn't want to do it, so I filled in for him.
So you filled in for him. Yeah. Now, you obviously lied to me about what you weighed.
Well, no, he said he weighed 72.
Did he?
Yeah, and that's why it's
But
come out.
no meat, no wheater were at that show, were we?
No.
Oh, so who took you there then? Was it someone else?
But I think it was Sam Whitley.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And what weight were you at that time?
67 kilo.
Right. And what weight was you the chap? Do you know? Do you know what he ended up weighing?
Just over 80.
And you knew nothing about him?
No. As soon as I got there, I looked at the sheet and seen my name wasn't on it, so I've asked the promoter just to change it. He's changed it all on the paper, but I don't think he managed to get round to do it on system, so...
No one said out. No one said out on the day, did they?
No one said out.
Everyone were happy with it. It wasn't until I shared that picture that people realised what it looked like. That I'm a dickhead, but other than that...
Well, I didn't actually know about it, I didn't see the fight. I knew there was an Icelandic fighter there, and I knew there were a bunch of them.
Oh, is that what it was?
I didn't see...
So he was from abroad, was it?
Yeah, because in Iceland, MMA is illegal. It's not allowed to be fought over there.
Right.
I'm not too sure if it's allowed to be trained, but it's not allowed to...
It looked pretty drastic on that picture as well, because of the body types. For
Yeah.
example, your body type to his body type.
Oh, definitely.
Got this photo, yeah? Have you seen it? Send you. Photo, yeah? You do look pregnant. You're getting a lot of shit for this, aren't you? He's getting a lot of shit for this, for being pregnant, yeah? For being a male and pregnant. I'm not saying it's not allowed, to the father's fair too. But what made you send that picture in? I need to know that.
I don't know.
Did you look at that picture and
Probably the
think,
best one that I took that day.
really? What were the other ones like? Have you got them?
Shocking.
Fucking hell, we'll have to see the other one. That one fucking man, I'm telling you now.
So, obviously it's been making the rounds on socials, and then we put that status up, and people are aware that there's going to be a podcast today. So I'm going to look through the Facebook status, and as promised, you said you were going to turn up and you were going to answer all the questions that we're going to put. So we'll, I'll just have a look through.
But yeah, as I found out about the guy,
Yeah.
I did my ring walk, well, cage walk. I walked into a cage,
Yeah.
and I've heard this music come on. I've turned around because I've heard Sam and another fighter go, oh shit. I've turned around, I've looked in corner, yeah, I've just seen this big guy coming out. I thought, well, I'm done for. He came out.
But you could have won, couldn't you?
If I give it a good go, yeah.
I mean, you know what you're like, and we all have got that experience you've got as a kid.
I think that fear hit me. But now you're taking a piss out. That fear actually hit me when I seen him step in the cage. I thought,
No, but I would have thought that you could have surprised them.
So just talk us through how the fight went.
Well, actually, as a walking around back myself, I thought, right, this ain't gonna end well.
It felt hard, didn't it?
He came at me. He let me. He gave me a free shot, but I just froze up. I tapped his leg, checked the bounce. I looked at him. I thought, oh, this didn't do all, yeah. And he just got me a quick left and right, which missed. But through the audience video, you don't see the left, but through the inside video, you see that quick left that catches me and took me down.
Yeah.
And I think he gave it a chance for me to get up because he waited and then started smacking me. But
Now they were saying about the referee stepped in and stopped the fight.
Yeah.
Do you think the referee did right to stop the fight?
yeah, definitely.
But if you'd have got back up to your feet and you'd have carried on, maybe took him down, got on top of him, you could have probably done it, couldn't you?
Probably not now. But I mean, I'm happy to give it a go. Either way, chuck me in with anyone, I'll give it a go.
So, Craig, we'll go through these questions, okay? So the first one is from Kyle Mitchell, and he says, who earns the most from the purse, Daz Moffat or the fighter? Daz, do you want to answer that, brother?
No comment. No comment.
Did you do alright financially from that fight?
I mean, I walked away with what got said.
Right,
So,
okay. And you was happy with what was agreed and you got what was agreed?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's about supply and
Yeah,
demand.
of course,
you
they all
know,
know what they're getting paid before they do it, yeah, regardless of who they're fighting. So if they accept and then they get what they're told, and everyone's happy.
I think your reply was guaranteed by Jordan Wheaton because he says the first question will get blanked. So, and then Jimmy Franklin says, what impact will this publicity have on the way fights are matched? Do you think this is good or bad for the sport?
I don't think it's either. I think it's not. It's nothing new. I think this is not the first time. Yeah, I'm going to tell you the story. This isn't even the first time I'm going to tell you now. But a couple of weeks back, I had this lad called Ben Clifford. Never fought in his life. The man's never even had a street fight. Yeah, never even had a fight in his life. Never even been punched. Never. No physical contact with anybody. So I've chucked him in there with a couple of pros. Yeah. So he's gone in a fight. He's gone in a fight. This lad who was fucking 18-0, fucking amateur, 2-0 pro, animal. Yeah. So Ben's gone in there. Yeah. Straight away into the fetus position, but it happens all the time. Yeah. Mostly because of me, but there is a demand for it. You know, if somebody pulls out of a show last minute and you need somebody to fill a gap, and I've got that person to fill a gap. This particular fight with Ben, the referees got me afterwards. They were fuming me. They didn't know me.
The referee?
Yeah, it was down. Where was it? It went, in London somewhere. The referees said, if we see you about anymore with these fucking fight, you should be putting them in there with them, which is fair enough. But if you were alright, you were happy, and they got paid, went on sesh, buzzing. Happy days, isn't it?
So publicity-wise, you're saying it's neither good or bad.
I'm saying it's probably. Well, I've had quite a lot of business through it. Messages. Even Jordan Wheaton was saying to me yesterday. Was saying, "You don't understand." Having a go at me, little cunt. You don't understand how this is going to affect us. We're not going to get no work off this. My inbox is getting work, mate. So, you know what I mean? People want it. You're booked. You've been booked about 10 times. Eh? Everyone wants Craig now.
I mean, there is that supply and demand, isn't there?
It's fighting everywhere next week.
Okay, so Luke Hodgkinson says, can we see Craig Wheater and Wes take this guy on 3 versus 1 at a future QFC? I think you've put a poster together for that, haven't you?
I have actually, yeah. Yeah, that's happening.
Okay, Patricia Furness has put, watching QFC is so funny. I love all the characters and the banter. But on a serious note, do you think this was a step too far? Even I would feel bad hitting that lad.
Right, so people are saying that he's 12 years old and stuff. How old are you?
21.
He's 21, he's a fully grown man. Whether he's pregnant or not, he's fully grown and he's an adult and he's got his own mind. So, like I said before, he's not hurt. he gets paid, he has fun on the way,
Yeah.
the banter on the day of the journey, you enjoy it, don't you?
It's fun. To be honest, I enjoy stepping in the ring or cage. I like the respect that's given out of it.
So,
It's
no, I don't feel bad because I know from somebody who doesn't or isn't aware of what happens in that world or behind the scenes, probably thinking this is really bad. However, me, I know what the crack is. I know they're not. I'm there. You know what I mean? I know what it's about. So they're not. They're all right. Yeah. I don't think it's that bang out of order. Probably it shouldn't have happened. Yeah, maybe so. But shit happens and.
Yeah.
And Craig gets beat up.
That's how it normally works.
Harry Hardwick asks, what, now this is for you, Craig, what did Craig spend his pay on? Just wondering if it was worth it. What did you spend that money on, brother?
I'm not too sure. I fell asleep in car ride on the way back, and obviously then I've slept since then, so I can't remember what I spent it on.
What? You don't have to spend it straight away.
No, I know, I just can't remember what I spent it on, to be honest.
Edibles.
Probably, yeah. Very high chance.
You like to say edibles?
Okay, and then Barbosa is saying, did the big guy feel like a big guy after beating him? So did the other guy kind of celebrate after the fight finished? Or?
I think he was a bit wound up, to be honest. I did go in and see him after. He asked me, we were speaking, he asked me my weight. I told him, it's like, you shouldn't have even been in there. I stepped up there, he goes, yeah, I appreciate that. And I think MMA News UK put a video out after the fight, we were speaking to him. And he said there's a lot of respect for me just stepping in there, because not many people would have really, especially with the size of him.
Yeah. Okay, so Daz Rhodes says, when one of these fighters get killed in the cage, who's liable? So if somebody gets killed, they're saying, is it the fighter for signing the disclaimer, the promoter for letting it happen, or the fighter's agent knowing full well he's getting kicked to fuck?
No one. Because he signs the disclaimer, he's an adult, so as soon as you sign that disclaimer, you sign your life away. Have you not? You're a promoter, you know what, is that right?
When you're stepping into a ring or something, you know the risks. If you don't step in not knowing the risks, or don't actually know nothing, then I don't think it's safe for you to do it. But if you understand the risks and that, step in.
Do you know when you fight, do you know if you don't give a shit, right, and you're there and you're not going to get hurt, are you? Like Wes, for example, 300 fights, never had a black eye in his life. How do you get away with that? How do you get away with 300 fights and never getting hurt? Because you learn how not to.
He got knocked out of a month though. He did get kicked to the head.
He got kicked in. Yeah, he got his head kicked. Actually, that was pretty funny. Actually, he
did at the Thai boxing one as well.
That's what I want about. But they don't get hurt because they don't know they're not going to die, and if they do, it's very unfortunate. And I'm sorry, but I'll just get another one. I'm sorry, I'm not that much of a cunt. I'm not that much of a cunt.
As bad as people think it is though, I don't think it hurts as much as people say it does.
It don't, adrenaline and the fucking will to survive.
It leaves a sting, don't get me wrong. If a foot gets wrapped around you, it's going to leave a sting. But it doesn't actually hurt as much as you think.
Okay, my brother. James Tiffany says, is there any possibility of a rematch? This dude ain't going to fight you again, is it?
I very doubt it.
No,
I don't think it'll be allowed anyway.
Not now. Unless it was KFC.
So, we've got one for Smayan Thompson, who says, was it a case of last minute standing, as many local promotions have to deal with late dropouts and such, or was it a thing of he's stepping up, so I'm giving him the respect and not holding back? So did the fight happen because it was a last minute thing?
Yeah, it was on the day. I can't, like I say, with Jordan, that he said it was me, I think it was him, I don't know who agreed this, but somebody pulled out Coronation, his mate. Isn't that's your mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coronation, he pulled out, and it was like, Craig lives next door to him, so we'll just
We just live next door, so we're not going to...
So there's no like journey fucking detours or all that. They'll still be on time with that, you know. So took Craig.
James Harrison has got a two-part question, brother. One, why does Darren like to wear women's underwear?
It's comfy.
Do you really?
Well, not like in public, but no.
And what size is he?
Double XL. Women's.
Now this is one for you, Craig. It's from Roy Leadbeater. He says, "Is it just me, or does small guy look like Chesney from Coronation Street?" Has anyone else said that?
A lot of people, to be honest. Like, loads of people give me all different names. So,
Name some.
Milky, because of, you know, I'm
Milky
quite
Way.
pale. Then, now you know, my head's gone blank. Yeah.
But people call you Chesney before.
Oh yeah, Chesney. There's just loads of different names I've been called. No, I think that's because I'm ginger though. So
Maybe because of that.
maybe because I look
Maybe
blue
it is
too.
ginger.
A question from Stephen Hanks. He says, "Look, at the end of the day, the promoter is responsible. His responsibility is to assure both fighters' safety. All the fighters want to fight, and most will fight anyone. It's how they make money, but all goes down to promoter's responsibility to make sure Wade also experiences right." So if the promoter would have said this fight is not happening, it wouldn't go ahead, would it?
No.
Because it's up to the promoter, isn't it?
I think it was a bit of miscommunication, to be honest,
But I
between
think-
everyone.
I think it's just everyone at the time when it's that situation. Yeah, it's not anyone's fault. There's a lot of people that could have pointed it out at the time, but no one even noticed it. Like I said, nobody noticed there was a problem until I put that photo up. Yeah, so it's just like at the time it's like, look, tickets have been sold, fighters have trained, everyone's here to watch you. We've got to chuck someone in. He's here.
That happened back in September as well, that one.
Yeah, it's a while ago.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, back in September.
Johnny Saville, he says, "Look, I just want to know, why did the fighter take the fight? What was the main reason for you taking that fight?"
Like, I kind of just wanted to get back out there, back into what I liked.
So if someone said to you, "Look, there's this fight available, it's what you like, you want to get back out there, but we're not going to give you any money," would you have still done it?
And maybe if everything was, paid for, like travel and stuff like that.
Jordan Waiter, take note.
Nah, you can't be doing that to me. No.
He just hooked himself in.
I don't. But, no, I think most of the time, I wouldn't do it for that. Like, if it's very local, then I don't mind getting that bit less. Now, don't take that out.
No.
But,
I forgot all about it.
But does money play a part in it? I mean, do you want something for stepping out and fighting someone?
I mean, I think it just comes as, extra bonus, really. Your name's getting out there, you are fighting, against proper fighters. So the money does help, to be honest.
Now the thing is, Craig, you said, your name's getting out there. The thing with yourself is there's a bit of bad publicity around it as well.
Yeah.
So do you think promoters would be a bit reluctant to take you on for now, just in case?
Yeah, definitely. With the ones fights that have been booked, I've been told none of them are MMA. It's going to be hard for me to get MMA now, which I understand, but...
Why? Because Waiter said that.
Well...
It's me telling me that I just don't have it. You'll just be booked at 65 kilos and that's it. I will not put you in with an 80, 90 kilo guy again. What's after?
Chuck a bit extra on top will be good.
Travel.
Okay, so Harry Williams has put, "Is the thought of fighting a possibly unforgiving welterweight non-existent? It's crazy to me, it damages the sport, but we have to bring it to light to change things. Are the gang not concerned about how it makes the sport look? Is it all a laugh to them?" So basically what Harry's saying, look, are you not taking this serious, Is it just a laugh to you? And do you take into account that it does have a negative impact on the sport?
No, I know what the old school people will be saying, yeah? I know that people will think like that. I know it's correct what they're saying. But unfortunately, on every fight card, you cannot have every single fight be 50-50 and perfectly matched. If it was like that, you would have half as many shows, you would have half as many fighters fighting, and it would be a lot harder for promoters to get the job done. So, if there's a couple of these lot on that fight card because of last minute pullouts, or because of failed medicals, or because of injury, or whatever the reason may be, then that's just it's nothing new. It's only because social media is such a big thing at the minute that it's new. But this journeyman been about since boxing was ever existed or MMA has existed.
Look at UFC. Look how many of their fighters actually have used journeymen in the past.
Yeah,
There's
you see boxing records, you all know about people with boxing records, Mike Tyson, all them lot, the fucking, for example, or the first 10 people that they fight in the pros are Wesley O'Neill's.
Just to pad the record.
Just to pad the record, or because that's just how it works. It's part of the business. And if you don't understand that, then you don't know, and you're just a bit too above board. Then you need to accept that that's just how it is, and I provide that service.
Now, for me, I think there's two types of journeymen. There's one journeyman who have some skill about them,
Yeah.
and in the discipline that they compete, and they'll represent and they'll put up a good fight, and they'll come there and they'll try to win because they want to win, but at the same time, you know, they know that their role is there to step in and have that fight.
Yeah.
Then there's the other journeyman who may not be skilled in the discipline that they're competing in, but they're literally just going in to fill that slot and to earn a bit of money.
Yeah.
You know, there's two types. Would you agree?
I agree, but
I think we've got a mix of both, haven't we?
we've got a mix of both. Like, for example, that show in Scotland, I wasn't there and Wheater wasn't there. That's because I was at another show and Wheater was at another show. So I sent a driver up to Scotland to take them there. So unless somebody says to me, I want to book Craig for that guy, or if they say to me, I want a 67 kilo guy that's decent, I will send the decent ones, or the ones that can go the distance, can give a few rounds, or can put up a fight. But if I've got 10 fighters out, and that's the only one left, it's like, right, this is all I've got left, mate. Do you want him or not? You can't have him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it has to be done. But the idea is, I know, it's not good to throw somebody that can last 5 seconds into every fight. I know that. Yeah, and I haven't got that. I've got 40 odd fighters, so they're not all like that. They're just. But believe me, they get asked. You won't believe how many people ask me
What
specifically Jordan Wheater, Wesley O'Neill, him. Fucking, they ask for him. So what do you want me to do?
No, like I said, it's supply and demand.
It's supply and demand, and if they want him, then they can have him. If not, I'll send Eric Sutton. I'll get Hayden Sheriff, the Will Keynes, or there's fucking loads, Tom Doyle, just other people that can handle themselves a little bit, or get past the first round, or just look good doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Now with Harry Williams, he had this last bit as well. It says, after they lose these fights, the journeymen always look distraught, you know, like really upset that they've lost. Are they actually trying to win, or is it an act?
They all try and win. I keep telling people don't believe me when I say this, but they all go. Do you not go win? Try and win.
Try and go win.
If you come and knock him out, would you not knock him out?
If I could, I would
Right.
try.
And that's what they all go in now. I fucking laugh my head off me because I know they're not going to win ever. But when they're dressed up and they're fucking ready and they're fucking ready and they're going and they're fucking warming up, I'm thinking, why the fuck are you warming up?
I think
Stop wasting energy. You need that energy.
I think Luke Dyson's first fight, BCCA, that was unexpected. That one.
See, then you get other people that I've got like Luke Dyson. Yeah, he went on and he fucking man like Big Length. Did you call him that as Big Length?
No, I didn't, brother.
Okay, I wanted to call him Big
He
Length.
split guys eye open, didn't he?
Yeah, split the guys. He won his first MMA pro fight. He'd never done out in his life before other than lift weights and take steroids. So he did alright, man. Did alright. Shout out Luke Dyson.
Now, could it come to like, so Hassan Hunt is asking a question here. For example, if you were to fight Brock Lesnar, have you heard of Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
Right, obviously he's a different weight category.
Oh, yeah.
But if the price was right, would you go that far?
I think with someone, that popular, that known, I think I'd do it for free just to get that respect.
Yeah.
It's a big name,
Big upgrade, right? Any man.
Okay, so Joe Ford has put down and saying, do you think having these guys on shows that do not try to win make the referee's job harder? Now this is the thing about that referee getting annoyed with you as well.
I don't think it makes the job harder because what's still stopping the fight at the same time than stop it if it won't. When as soon as the guy's fucking done, he's done, isn't he? You stop the fight. Probably to make it easier because you're not doing it for as long. Less tiring, because last 10 seconds, aren't they?
Yeah.
If anything, it's probably easier work than
Then
not.
fight, yeah.
But they all try win. They all try win
I mean, that's what everyone's thing is when they step in. They're going to win this.
Yeah.
And some catches them off guard a lot.
They all have hope, high hopes themselves. I don't know where they get it from.
I mean, when it comes to the referee side, I'm just trying to put myself in their shoes. So if someone's competing in MMA, they have an idea of how to sprawl or how to fall or break fall or anything. If no one's if no one's trained in that and you fight somebody in MMA, the referee might be thinking you might not even know how to fall properly and you could end up causing injury to yourself.
Well, my first fight I got suplexed.
Did you?
I got suplexed my first fight. I got thrown down and I got back up and he picked me up because I turned around and he slammed me. But I did a good little sprawl with him for a bit. I managed to get my arm over, but I just couldn't fully commit to
What is
on
that?
top.
What, the biscuit?
The dry biscuit.
Well, maybe we need to stop eating it,
I'm
brother.
fucking, I know.
Me and Craig had eaten that one. There's only two
It
left.
was like that, wasn't it? Fucking hell.
Okay, Sarah,
Where's that water? I'm sorry, brother.
there you go, my
No
friend.
more biscuits for that.
There's none left. Sarah Nichols says, what effect do you think this has or will have on QFC? Do you think it'll have any sort of effect on it?
Mint. Mint effect. QFC is through the roof. QFC show 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, you've got a show, haven't you?
Proper show.
Yeah.
Proper show.
Is it at the old Flares or something?
Maggie's nightclub. I don't know if that one flares. You know,
In
Maggie's.
Halifax?
Yeah, over automatic.
Yeah.
Mint show.
Okay, Matthew Hodgson has got a serious question to ask, brother.
Oh.
I'll ask you exactly what everyone is thinking. Has Daz got ginger pubes?
No.
Okay, moving on. Paul
I've
Stewart.
got ginger. I had ginger, that's blonde.
Paul Stewart is asking, first question for Daz Moffin. Is he genuinely paying Jordan Wheater a fair wage for the absolute graft he puts in through?
Listen, Wheater gets a lot out of it. Wheater can fuck off. He gets a lot. He pays me. He pays me. You know, for the last fucking 3 months, he's been telling me this is how much you're getting this weekend. I'm like, he does not. It's a Jordan Wheater puts a lot of graft in for me. If it wasn't for him, I'd be fucked.
Well, Jordan has replied. He said, look, Paul Stewart, I'll answer that question. I pay him.
There you go. There you go.
And then Paul has got a second bit to his question. Second question, does he still cross-dress?
Sometimes. The new sugar one coming up soon.
And then Artem Lobov, he's put, how old is the chubster? Looks about 12. So what are you, 21 did you say?
21, yeah.
And what did you weigh, did you say?
67 on that fight.
And what was he, do you know?
Just over 80, I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
he's put the weight difference must be 10 kg, so it was just
Yeah, I
over
think
one.
we're around 15.
Right.
And he's asking, how did the promoter allow that? Now that's something that you can't answer for on behalf of the promoter.
That's definitely the
can you?
last one.
How could what?
How can the promoter allow a fight with such a weight difference?
Because the promoter would have sent me, the promoter would have sent me away. Right, when I look back on the message, I think it was 77, yeah?
Right.
The guy that was Connor, what's he, 72?
He were meant to be 72.
So 72 Connor, so I would have thought, yeah, 5 kilos, not a lot, but he'll do, yeah? And then obviously Connor's pulled out, so it was like 3 hours left, we've got to set off to fucking Scotland, right? That's it, I'm sending him. Promoter didn't know. Promoter wouldn't even known who was on his way. I would have said, look, I'm sending a replacement. He would have thought, yeah, I'll be another 77. And I would have just a bit of miscommunication on me not caring about Craig's weight. And that's what happened. There we go. Here we are.
We make it worldwide.
Yeah. Global thing.
Anya is asking, what were the stats for each fighter, claimed and actual? So, how many fights have you had? Is it MMA, have you had 1 or 2?
I've had more than that.
Go on then.
I've had, I need to think now. I've had 9 fights altogether. I've done 1 boxing, 2 K1s.
Yeah.
So I've done 6 MMA fights.
And
That K1 with Big Chimpads, yeah, they won that.
Where we got donked at the end of the chin.
Oh yeah, right, donked.
So I went to kick away, he donked me at the
He
chin.
donked him.
And out of those, is any that you've won so far?
No, no. I've all been over with in first round.
Right, okay. So those are the questions that were on the news feed. So, looking back and knowing what you know now, Brother Craig, were you happy with taking the fight? And if something came along in similar circumstances, would you be happy to do it again?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I enjoyed
So
doing
to all the critics that have been fucking commenting, yeah, look at him. He's fucking buzzing. Is he not? He's got a new lease of life. He's got new friends, new fucking activity to go to. Has fun on the weekend.
Gonna go back into hiding until then.
He's hiding because his pictures all over. He goes out of his house and people, you know, lad Bible, obviously people, everyone's got that on Facebook, haven't they?
Yeah.
So everyone has seen him. So he's a little bit of a superstar now, ain't he, Mosh?
And for you, Daz, your point is, look, Craig and other people that you have on, they're adults, they're of sane mind, they know exactly what they're getting into, they sign the waivers, and it's ultimately up to them if they want to take the fight or not. You're not forcing them, you're giving them an option to fight. Would that be fair to
I
say?
push it quite a bit, I don't force it.
When you say you push it, brother, what does that mean?
Well, I've been at
Give me
shows.
an example.
I've been at fucking shows where someone said no, I ain't doing that. Or I've told them it's boxing with 16-ounce gloves against a novice and they've got their fucking lift weight or bare
Was
knuckles.
that Dion? Was that Dion's fight?
The lift weight one with Dion's, but I've done it, listen, I've done that to you.
Yeah, you told me it was boxing, I got there with kickboxing.
Right,
held
so
the pink shin-
that's mine then. Pro MMA against the killer when I've told them the boxing an amateur or the boxing at a first timer just to get them to the show. And a couple of them have said, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm like, yeah, fucking tenner extra, fuck's sake. And then I push it that way by giving them an extra tenner.
So you bend the rules to some extent to get them there.
To some
Or
extent.
you're a bit selective with the truth. And once they're there,
But do you know sometimes, right, I'm going to be honest, yeah, it's not like I bend it or do it on purpose. They'll just say to me, I don't even get told. So I get sent a list of weights, 10 weights, yeah. They don't even say what rules they are next to them. Yeah, that'll be a mixture, that. And because they know that what I'm like and it don't really fucking matter, they're going to do it anyway, normally. 9 out of 10 times they're going to do it anyway. So they don't even tell me really, or if they do, I don't really pay much attention to it. I just look at the weight, look at who I can put with that weight, and that's it. And if I say, look, you're fighting next week, yeah, and he says, oh, what am I fighting? I'll just say boxing, because it's easier.
I mean, I'm happy for him to tell me what it is, because I'm going to do it either way. But
I don't know, but just in case. Just in case.
well, this will be up, and once it does go up, my friends, we'll encourage people to put comments on the YouTube to see if they're happy with the answers that were given.
Yeah. We've got to do a few more, and I've got to get the hands fire back going now.
Oh, definitely.
I've got loads of new fighters, yeah, so I'm going to get them all on. I've got the QFC show coming up, so I want to talk a bit more about that before we do it.
But we needed to get this out, didn't
But we need to get this out, yeah. I didn't want everyone thinking that this man was being bullied, abused.
it's only on the way there I get abused.
And the thing is, you look young as well, don't you?
Yeah,
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I look quite young. I'm quite short as well, so it doesn't help.
It's just, yeah.
And your aesthetics are slightly different as well, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, if
you know
you
what I
put somebody 7 kilos full of muscle next to you,
They're going to look big.
they're going to look
I
different.
mean, what weight is Luke? Luke Dyson.
Look, he's 86.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's ripped, innit?
Full of rides.
Is it? Right, Daz, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for taking time out.
It's all
and,
good.
we'll see what comes
I hope you all don't hear me.
Daz, thank you, brother. Craig, take care, my
You
brother.
too.